Dune slacks are flat, low-lying areas formed in two ways. Either when a new dune ridge develops in front of a low-lying area, cutting it off from the sea, or when a dune blowout forms in an area of existing vegetation, exposing a dip of bare sand. Where these areas are low enough to meet the dune water table, freshwater pools form. Dune slacks usually flood in winter and dry out in summer, and it's this annual fluctuation that gives the habitats their high biodiversity status. Because they're not permanently flooded, many natural predators of tadpoles, such as fish, are unable to live in the dune slacks, and as a result, these habitats provide really important breeding grounds for frogs and toads. The frequent changes in the water table also help preserve the low nutrient levels, allowing diverse plant communities to develop, and also they support the many rare species, including wild orchids. Other plants that live here may include sedges, water mint, mosses, liverworts, creeping willow, all of which are adapted to survive the seasonal change in water levels. There are several different types of plant communities found in a dune slack, and these vary depending on the hydrological regime. That is the pattern of rising and falling water tables. They're also affected by the pH and chemistry of the groundwater and the age of the dune slack. So minor changes in these conditions can dramatically alter dune slack vegetation. For instance, the wettest of these communities is separated from the driest by a mere 40 centimetre difference in the hydrological regime. Dune slacks are therefore really sensitive to man's activities, to climate change and extreme weather conditions, or natural coastal change, such as the erosion or accumulation of sediment. A survey of dune slacks at the largest dune sites in England has shown a loss of 30% of the area of dune slacks in just a 23-year period, and the remaining slacks have shifted from a wetter to drier vegetation type. So how can we protect these unique and sensitive ecosystems? Firstly, turf stripping. The removal of organic rich soil layers can be carried out in dune slacks to lower the ground surface closer to the water table and prevent slacks from completely drying out. Taking the soil level down to bare sand also encourages sand mobility, meaning the system becomes self-regulating and can chase the water table naturally. It's also important to remove invasive species, those fast-growing plants that are not naturally found in this habitat. And we do this to ensure they do not outcompete native specialists. We also need to manage the spread of shrubs and trees, as these encourage predators which feed on the rare species such as young natterjack toadlets. So, as part of dynamic dunescapes, we will be using techniques on sites across the UK to restore dune slacks and protect the rare and unique species that depend on this habitat for their survival.